After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 296. Today is Monday, February 19th, 2018 as we are recording. I am Marlecia, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Tali, also known as Francisca Gypsy.
I want to welcome you all to the Foon and the Woman Cave. I will go first. I have in my mug chai tea. It is in my owl mug. You can't see my owl on the scene.
Laura, she's accepting the inevitable.
I am not. I just don't feel like dealing with you today. There you go. My owl.
Mom.
No.
No?
No.
Not coot?
Not coot.
Not coot.
What do you have in your tea mug?
I have, it's my dysautonomia awareness mug. And I have Plum Deluxe. You haven't tried this one yet, Mom.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Good. This is Heartfelt Blend Herbal Tea. It's a warm hug in a mug.
Hug a mug. Hug a mug.
Hug a mug. Honeybush tea, cocoa nibs, orange peel, rose petals, chocolate/orange essence, love and gratitude, no caffeine. So I have some, you have some.
And I went back to my smaller mug because I think the bigger one diffuses the heat more and it doesn't stay warm.
You're gonna like this one.
There's something there I can't quite place.
Chocolate?
What else is in there?
Orange peel, rose petals, cocoa nibs,
I think it's the cocoa nibs. I think you're right.
chocolate orange essence.
I think it's the chocolate and the orange together.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
It is. My precious.
So that's what we have in our mugs. What do you have in your mugs, glasses, whatever? We'd like to know.
Mm-hmm.
We do want to welcome all new and returning viewers. If you are new, we're glad to have you with us, and we hope that you will return because you find something you like.
Oops.
If you are returning, we're glad to have you back. And if you're in the shadows, as we have said in the past, we're glad you're here, but we hope that you will subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching us there, you just push the little button that says subscribe on your left,
And
hit the little bell so you get notifications, and then join the Ravelry group if you haven't already. We'd love to see you there, and that's how you can be eligible for the prizes and the giveaways and things like that. In fact, we've pulled for one of our giveaways this week, so you want to miss out on that. Besides, we'd like to support you and encourage you and get to know you.
Indeed.
Okay, we did pull.
Sure.
Did you have anything else to say before I go into this?
Nope, never.
Okay.
This is where I sit and zone out.
This
Usually.
We pulled for this lovely Adventure Walk bag by Anne Brody. She was very generous. I'm sorry for the crinkling. She donated this bag. It's a little Adventure Walk bag, and it's really nice. It's a surprise. You open it up, and it has this nice little, cute little
Thingy.
drawstring. Well, it's a draw bag. You pull it
Yes.
like that,
It's a walking.
and you hang this on your wrist or whatever, and the thread comes right, or the yarn comes right through the top. So
I have used it. It's very nice.
It's a small project bag. But
It's good, particularly
very
if you
nice.
have fingering weight yarn.
Mm-hmm. So you put this back
I
in.
liked it best for when I was doing my Diana's hat. Because I don't knit fingering weight socks, but it would be very good if you're knitting fingering weight socks.
or baby booties, or
But something
small.
that's got a smaller yarn in it. Because,
and if it's in a ball or something as opposed to a cake, maybe.
Yeah. I think a fingering cake would work too. It's
It might.
It's the weight of the yarn, I think, that's a little
It
bit
might.
better in there.
I mean, well, it's 100 grams regardless. So
yeah, it
unless
just
you
seems to
have-
take up less space.
well, it's still 100 grams.
I guess you're right.
So, but if it's a 50-gram ball or if it's a smaller project or whatever, you know. So this bag is we pulled it. I pulled it was we had 30. We had 30. Yeah, we had 37 posts. I took out number 1, which was mine, and we hit number 27. I think it was. I don't remember.
It was.
And that's Actuum Kitten, and that's Rachel. Okay, so Rachel, you need to
Rachel.
contact me. Congratulations, you won the bag. Contact me as soon as you can, and we'll get this out to you. Okay, and thank you to all who participated. So this is Rachel, Actuum Kitten.
And Actuum Kitten, if you follow her on Instagram, usually does gorgeous color work.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now, in other groups, before we go into our stuff, we have the Harry Potter Cal going on, and that's in the Victoria Studio podcast.
Yeah, we don't have it going.
No. Well, I said other groups. This is Maureen from Victoria Studio Podcast, and this is another year-long podcast. The previous one went all of last year. This one is going from January 1st through December 31st of this year. And the rules are all in her group, and it's anything Harry Potter related. Just check the group out, check the rules out if you're interested. It's a wonderful podcast, and she has some wonderful prizes, and a lot of them are unique because she's an artist and she makes a lot of fabrics herself. She makes a lot of things herself, so it's a lot of fun, and get some neat prizes when you participate over there. And she's amazing. The Year of Socks Cal, that's Crocheting Hoovian, and it's in her podcast group. I believe it's A Crocheting Hoovian. Is that the group?
I believe so.
I always get mixed up because it's just slightly different.
Sorry, guys, allergies acting
But if you look it up, and you'll see it. And this is the Year of Socks. It's just what it says. It's a whole year cal of socks, and that started in January, I believe, as well. So
I think you're correct.
You might want to check that. And this dovetails really nicely with Heidi, who is Undead Yarn. She's doing a Shorty Socks cal, and I believe that's a year long as well. So you could easily go back and forth. And if it's something you started new as of January, you can put in Ready Set Go as well. So, and if it's a Tea and Tails theme related, you can lots of chances. The Never Gonna Knit You Up cal is the Bakery Bears podcast. That's Kay and Dan, Obi-Wan Knitter and Bryony Bears, and that is for those skeins of yarn or sock blanks that you think are just too beautiful. You just can't find the right project for it, and you decide, okay, this is the project I'm going to use, and you knit it up or you crochet it up or whatever. That's the along to put it in, along with whatever it fits in.
Oh, I have some, sorry, allergies, some black alpaca with red sparkles that I need to find something for, and that would be perfect for it. But I've had that for years.
Now I don't
got
have
a sweater's worth. I
forgot to put in here still. I know it because I listened to Laura's podcast, but Laura Concert also has a I think it's called Family Movie Night. I think it's called Family Movie Night, and it's kind of an offshoot of our Tea and Tails. It goes into TV, musicals, movies, I think songs, but I'm not sure. The songs might have to be with music. I don't know with musicals, but and that's a year long, but it started February 1st, and the rules are in her group, okay? And all these people that I mentioned have wonderful podcasts, and you should check them out if you don't have if you haven't already.
Yeah.
And you are looking for something. Okay, now it is absolutely
without fail
like clockwork. I beg your pardon. That's what this is.
Call from 127.
Daddy got it. Okay, my husband's home for the holiday. He picked it up. Okay, now the PHN Tea and Tails year-long cal is going strong. A lot of activity. I have started. I forget which thread I was active on. I think it might have been the Ready Set Go, but I'm trying to at least post something in each one so you guys know that I'm looking, because I am looking. It's amazing. All the stuff in there is absolutely fantastic.
Generally, I see as I pull to see who gets to be on the front of the podcast. So I'm generally looking through it then.
And you guys have a lot of neat stuff. There's a lot of support going along, a lot of chatter.
Oh, FYI, I always like to bring this up every once in a while. If you want your project to even have a chance of getting in the beginning section of each podcast, there needs to be a project page, because generally I'll go to the project page and pull your project name, as well as, of course, who made it. But if you don't have a project page, I'm less likely to choose your project.
Too much work.
Yeah. And then also, I like seeing people's project pages.
Project pages with your tag. Okay.
Well, I don't even look for the tag, although it's nice to have the tag.
Well, the tag is always nice.
Yeah, but that doesn't determine whether or not you get in front of the podcast.
No, but it might be other things.
Yeah.
People looking for ideas or
Yeah.
whatever. Okay, so anyway, this is the first time we're doing a year-long Cal, and it's tea and tails related. It can be anything related to tea or tails, the project, the pattern, or the yarn.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see here.
The bag is not enough to...
No, the bag is not enough, not by itself. Okay, this along will run, as we said, all year, from January 1st through December 31st of this year. And projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted, all right? Previous WIPs will be allowed. They can be started any time, just as long as you work on them during the course of the along, which is easy. I mean, it's all year long. Chatter and pictures are all on the same thread. And as we said, they must be tied in some way, shape, or form to the theme of tea and or tales. And by tales, we mean books, novelizations, graphic novels, and short stories, okay?
Yes.
Unfortunately, no comic strips, no poetry. That's
And by comic strips, we mean, like,
Calvin
Garfield.
Hobbes, yeah. Things that are actually in strips. I mean, they're just like, it's not a continuing story.
Yes. Graphic novels include things like, Batman,
X-Men, Avengers.
Spider-Man works if it's not like the Sunday comic strip.
Right.
Although usually his Sunday comic strip did have a...
It did have a story, but I don't want it to be just something that's in a strip where you have to wait for the next strip to come out.
It has to be
a graphic novel. Okay. Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is fine for graphic novels. They have novels.
I found a really cool TMNT / Batman comic.
Yeah, I want to see that. Okay.
They're still writing it, I think.
Yeah. Okay, 1 WIP per project per week. The FO whenever it's completed. We do have another prize to show you for that, and I'll show you in a second. Let's see. We have featured patterns, okay? The featured patterns are any of Talia's designs that you can tie into the Cal in any way, shape, or form. Joanna Johnson's tea and or tails related patterns. Mom Cook, who is Renee, her pattern, she's loom knit. Joanna is knit. Talia is crocheted with one knit pattern.
Yeah.
And I did speak to Laura Concert, and her Hufflepuff pattern is based in the Harry Potter, with that in mind. So that will also be 2 chances for a prize for the FO only. That's her Hufflepuff pattern.
Yeah.
If you use my yarn, which is a featured yarn, you get 2 chances for a prize for the finished object. And if you do a featured pattern with the featured yarn and you finish the object, that's eligible for 3 chances of the prize.
Yeah.
You are responsible for doing your multiple postings so that, I can't keep up.
Responsible me?
Responsible me. Okay. All right. The hashtag PHNT and Tales 2018 is for Instagram. PHNT and Tales 2018 on Ravelry. Okay?
And be creative about your references. Because if you look closely, for example, at my patterns, there's a lot of references in my patterns.
Mostly
You just
that.
have to, you just have to look. Barry and Iris, they're off of the Flash comics.
Bruce the Bat.
Bruce the Bat,
The Robin.
Selena the Cat, Grace and the Robin. They're all references in the direction of graphic novels. So just look and see.
Bastion is Never Ending Story.
Bastion's Never Ending Story.
I thought we had one more that you did that was like that.
I'm trying to look at them behind me.
What was the chameleon?
Fun.
It was
No,
just
he's
Fun.
a.
Yeah, it was just Fun.
Now,
Well, we'll tell you if there's anything else.
Tara's. I don't know if that myth is actually written down in a book form anywhere. The
Right.
myth about the turtle carrying the world on its back.
It probably is, but we're not sure. But you can always make it something else.
Oops doesn't count.
No, not unless you count my book and our book.
York is historical.
I think that's about it.
Yeah. But
Brad.
still, if you could, there's a lot of things.
Platypus and the unicorn.
Neither of them are references.
Yeah.
But I make a lot of references while I'm designing, so if you've been wanting to
And
make...
then Duke.
And then Duke, yeah. But you can make that as a book reference. That's
Yeah,
more-
well, unless it was a novelization, like True Grit is a novelization.
right.
You'd have to call it something like True Grit or something, but
Yeah. But if you went
put in Laura Concerts.
and you found a book that was about royalty and had dukes in it, it
Make
could
the,
still
make,
be the-
make, make the connection.
Make it work for you.
If you can prove the connection, if you can make your case for the
Yes.
connection, we'll accept it. So, okay, now let's see here. Okay, we do have prizes all set up now. We have all our prizes for this. We have one that's coming, but I don't want to mention the person's name because it hasn't arrived yet. But we have Jeannie has donated both yarn and my yarn and a pattern from Talia for this, and Stephanie has also this is Cookie 45 donated a mug, one of our mugs, and a skein of my yarn as well for this, and then Mom Cook has donated a pattern. And I can't tell you the other one that was donated, like I said, because it hasn't arrived yet. And the other two, I'll get to you when we know when it's finalized. But we do have the main. This is the big prize for the end of the year. When we go random number generator. I don't know how many minis are in here. This is not
There's a
superwash. It's all wool.
Mm-hmm.
And these are these sport weight?
Something like that, because I was using them for the blankets.
So there's a ton in here of different colors, and this is the prize we will pull at the end of the year, but it'll be after we do the last quarter, and then it'll be 1 to like whatever number it is. It won't be like, 500 to 800. It'll be 1 or 2 to whatever it is. So everybody will have a chance for this who participated, right?
Yes.
So this is the main prize, okay? Because Talia couldn't work with it. It was, I don't know if it was bothering your skin or your hands or what it was.
I'm a little sensitive to wool.
Yeah, so, yeah. So one of
I
these,
break out very easily.
yeah, she does. She has sensitive skin. One of these is in a ball, but the rest of them are all still skeins. So that's a really nice prize, I think. Okay. I think that's it for that.
Is that all you're going to say about that?
Yeah. Now the PHN Ready Set Go Cal is almost a month and a half. No, it is a month and a half through. Wow. It's halfway through. This is fun. I mean, I can't believe the activity in that thread. I mean, it's just it just explodes every time I look at it. So it's really fun to watch. And we have a lovely co-host for this. That's Packing Knits. That's Heidi from Packing Knits. Is it Packing Knits Designs podcast?
I am not completely sure.
It was Packing Knits podcast. If you look for Packing Knits, I think she's Packing Knits 1 on Ravelry.
Yes,
And
she is.
That's if you look for her, you'll find her group. She has a fun podcast. I think you have watched for before know that she's on a farm and she has some stories every once in a while about peacocks and chickens and all kinds of stuff.
I think it's crazy there's peacocks.
Yeah, it's fun. And she talks about her plants and things like that and what the weather does to it. It's fun. And she's talented, quite talented. She's an artist. So she's our co-host, and you might want to check her out if you haven't already. She's a lot of fun to watch. This runs for 3 months, as I said, January 1st through March 31st of this year. Now this one, no whips will be allowed. No previous whips.
Yes.
There's still 1 whip per project per week.
but they have to be started after January.
They have to be started after January
January
1st. Nothing before January 1st of this year. And for the month, okay, I'm not going to talk about the month of January because the month of January is over. We no longer accept frogging. And we thank Valeria for posting a little notice in the group about that.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, now chatter and pictures will be in the same thread. Whatever you decide to knit, loom knit, or crochet is acceptable. We don't care. This is the whole reason we changed from the sweater shawl along to a ready, set, go is because we felt like we were limiting people too much. So we wanted to let you guys
our
have
own focus moved away from sweaters. At the time that we started doing
Sweaters and
this,
shawls,
the
yeah.
sweater shawl along, I was primarily a sweater knitter. If those of you who've been with us for a while, remember when that was almost all I knitted was sweaters.
right.
I'd have occasional other projects, but I was primarily a sweater knitter.
Right.
And that focus has changed over the years.
And I remember, if most of you who've been with us for a while remember when the focus changed from just sweaters to sweater shawl because I don't do sweaters that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, we only had 1 year sweater along.
Yeah, I
pure sweater along.
kind of forced the issue a little, so we had shawls.
Yeah, I was trying to push her to do more sweaters.
but I didn't want to. So I like shawls. Okay, so this is for whatever you want to make, as long as it's loom knit, knit, or crocheted, and it's one per project per week. Post the FO whenever it's finished, and as always, any Franciscan Gypsy Design FO that and any FO and Lady Queen of Co-Creations is going to be eligible for two chances at a prize, and if you have them together, it's 3, but you're responsible for the postings, the multiple postings. And for this, the hashtag PHN Ready Set Go 2018 in Instagram, and PHN Ready Set Go 2018 without the hashtag is Ravelry. Okay, and we have a lot of prizes for this as well. Cappy, we have some stitch markers from her. Yarns It donated a skein of yarn and a pattern from Talia to 2 lucky winners, one of each. A total of 2 winners for this. And Cookie 45 Stephanie was also very generous, and she donated a skein of yarn and a mug. So we have that. Let's see here. Mama C donated a drawstring project bag and a skein of yarn, which was very sweet of her. And Lily Maya, who is Teresa, donated that knit beanie kit that we showed you last week. So you guys are really having an opportunity to win some really nice prizes. So we're very grateful to our donators, as always, because we couldn't do it without them.
Nope.
Just like we couldn't do the cows without you, we couldn't do our prizes without them. So we appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
All right, do you have anything to say before we go into...
Nope, although I do realize I haven't counted how many projects I have.
I believe I have 8.
I might actually be making you have a run for your money this
Well, you
time.
did last week. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Yeah, I have 8.
Come on, notes. 2. 3,
Because we're so well prepared.
4. Yep. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, well, I went first last week.
Aha.
So you go first this week.
I don't think I did go.
I went first last week because I had 8 and you had 7.
Is that true? Huh. I wouldn't be able to tell if it was or not.
I'm pretty sure that was true.
I'm in the middle of a row.
I'll go first. Okay.
I was not anticipating having as many projects as you. Usually you have more, so it doesn't matter if I'm in the middle of a row.
In my very soft and squishy Kiki Boo Holiday Owls bag is a project I thought I would finish. I'm really close. I mean, I'm literally maybe another round around before I start closing it up. So it's the baby hat. And this is loom knit.
For some reason I didn't know it had yellow in it.
Yeah.
But I lose track because you knit so many loom knit baby hats.
I'm looking forward to having this free because I found a sock loom pattern that I think I can do. It's
Good.
It's not. It doesn't have heels on it or anything, but
Well, that's a good start for you.
it's a tube sock.
good.
But the thing is, it's video, so I have to be able to watch. So and I'm using,
Well, you do have this thing called a smartphone.
yeah. This is, I forget what this yarn is, Pacific Chunky, I think.
You need to get the Craftsy app on your phone because I'm pretty sure it'll let you watch your Craftsy videos on
Well,
there.
Daddy keeps telling me he's going to get me a tablet
Uh-huh.
so I can watch it on there. But anyway, this is what it looks like, and I could probably make another one out of this. I have a fair amount of yarn left.
You threw something at me. Oh, I think
Oh,
you
my-
just hit
my
my
needle.
yarn.
My
Oh,
needle.
okay. I thought something came at me.
So hopefully when we come back, you'll see this finished. I think I'm going to have to get a couple more of this size because this size is a popular one for me. Baby
Uh-huh.
hats, and if this is, I think this is a size for the socks too. I think.
It seems like be a bit wide.
Well, it's going to be ribbed,
Oh, okay. That'll help.
so it's very simple, but and it may be a little wide. I'll have to check and see what it is. But
It
this
just
is,
seems like it would be a little wide.
so this is fun. Okay, your turn. I have to read.
Okay, so, in my Pod Blue big old Batgirl bag, this is Case Fault Miter Square Blanket. I know I'm going to regret not having woven in the ends as I go.
It's beginning to look like Davina's blanket.
Yeah.
Yes, we know that you want to see Davina today was my husband's home, and just there's a lot going on, so we'll probably show her. We'll have her join
Show
us.
her. Huh?
We'll show our finished object, daughter, sister. We'll probably have her on in a little bit, but
Not
not
today.
today.
So, I finished one square, started the next.
Which one did you finish? The bright one?
Bright one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What's this? What color is that?
I don't know. I picked it. It was in my. I think it came as a mini skein. I think someone probably sent it to me because I don't think I made a project out of it.
Right. It's a pretty color.
It is pretty, but I don't know what it was used for. I don't even remember who sent it to me.
Okay. My next one is my Ocean Drift hat project. This is. I'm not even going to say what the pattern is because it's not really that anymore. I'm just a hat pattern on a bigger loom. And this is James C. Brett Marble Chunky. I'm using two held together in the Oceana and Denims. What?
You threw.
No, I'm not through yet.
You threw it.
It has made some progress. Did not, in fact.
You did. In fact.
There we go. So you can see it's coming along.
It is.
I like the color. It's going to go well with my cowl, which I wore the other day because it was cold. And now we have 70-degree weather, and it snowed Sunday or Saturday or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
it snowed on Saturday, and it's already gone.
Yeah. So, very strange weather. So I'm liking this. This is pretty mindless. I just have to make sure I don't miss anything when I'm going around in circles. Not a big deal. Here's what I have right now. This one. The skein was not very tightly wrapped, so it's coming apart. That's it for that.
Okie dokie. So, next is in my Silver Shed USA Batman bag.
And that's Anne Brody.
By Anne Brody, yep.
A lovely Anne Brody.
Come here, precious.
Oh, there's my grate.
And this is the Just a Little Chilly Miter Square Afghan. I'm using Scrap Sport DK and Worcester White yarn.
I just saw that little penguin, Chilly Willy.
Chilly Willy.
I think that was his name, Chilly Willy, the little penguin with the hat. He was a penguin. You saw him when you were kids, most likely. He was a penguin that was warm weather. He needed warmth, and he was always cold. And he had a little potbelly stove, and he always wanted to go to the warm weather places.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was cute. People who are my age probably know. I could have sworn that we showed it to you when you were kids, but
I have no recollection of this.
you-
But,
that's not surprising.
you know, the only big show that I really remember very well from my childhood was LeVar Burton's
Yeah, but that wasn't
Reading Rainbow.
This was a cartoon, and it wasn't a big show. It was a part of the Warner Brothers, I think. You know, like Bugs Bunny and all that stuff.
Yeah. Because, you know, from like up to
you guys-
about 5, I remember like watching your cooking shows and LeVar Burton.
And travel.
I don't remember the travel things as well. I must not have cared as much for that.
Davina was before we started homeschooling. She was in school
Sorry.
until first grade. So Talia was home with me, and we would, I'd get out and do my workout, and then we'd pop popcorn. I'd have iced tea, and she'd have Kool-Aid, and we'd watch Yan Can Cook and Reading Rainbow and stuff like that. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time with you.
Mm-hmm.
Just a Little Chilly Miter Square Afghan. And this is, let's see, I finished the pink square. The bright one with the yarn that I made. I think I made Davina a hat out of that.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah,
That's the one that we said looked like Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, and some of a red one.
Yeah, I think that was the Lorax or whatever it was. You done with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry, allergies.
Okay, my next one is in my Kiki Poo bag, puzzle pieces bag that Denise so generously gave us each one and donated 2 to the podcast that year.
Yeah, that's right, she did.
Okay, this is the tie. It is working up. It is getting there. I think it takes me about 2 or 3 rows. Well, it probably takes me about 4 rows to get an inch. I think. I don't know. I'd have to.
I think you're just caught in the black hole knitting.
I am. But it's growing. I mean, to tell you how desperate I'm getting, there's a guy sitting next to us in the bookstore that time. I was so tempted to say, will you try this on? His wife was there, but they want to show us the Harry Potter stuff.
His wife was not there. It was him and his small children.
No, not the other side. The one who showed us the placard.
Oh, you were going to ask him.
Yeah.
That was desperation.
Yeah.
Because we weren't even talking to him for more than 5 seconds.
Yeah. But this is it. But you can see that I'm making progress because this is the first skein. So I'm almost ready to skein up the second one. Because this is the one that it really irritated me, because I know when I get through this skein, I only have to use like 50 yards, I think, of the next one. But it's coming along. I keep looking here, but it's not in here either.
What?
Okay. Our wayward son. Okay.
Carry on my wayward son.
I used to love that song. Big Kansas fan. Okay.
Okay, so in my Silverstead USA books bag
Books.
is the Quicksilver hat, which is the Tressia pattern by Michelle Wang.
Which Davina's impatiently waiting for.
Yes, I've told her it's going to take a little while because it's not just a simple knit. So this did get like a couple rows done on it.
That's pretty.
It is.
It shows the pattern well. It
Right.
almost looks like it has a little purple tint to it in some lights.
No.
From where I'm sitting, it does. It's not purple at all, just it's the way the light hits it.
I don't see it at all.
But you're not looking at the same angle I am.
So, the cables are starting to show.
And she'll like it because it's Quicksilver.
Yeah. Oh, she would have liked it as a completely plain hat because of the colorway.
She's not a great person, but she's
She's really into Quicksilver right now.
yeah. Okay. My next one
That's that.
is in my no, that's not it. My Ploverbird sheet bag. I don't remember working on this.
You must have.
I must have, because it's marked as being worked. Is my Happiness is a Rainbow from this is my own pattern, and this is for Little Miss Thing if she wants it. If not, I'll keep it. And this is my
Are you solidly in orange? Looks like.
yeah. I guess I must have done a row because there's not a whole lot done here. It's just barely orange. You can see it better
Then you could
now than you could. You can actually see it on the top.
Yeah.
You couldn't before, so I must have done a row. I had other things that were taking up my time and attention, so I didn't get to work on this as much as I might have liked. But this Mandela yarn for acrylic is really soft.
Well, there are occasional acrylics that are soft.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Mandela DK yarn. I actually like this better than the
I like this stitch more. There. It's pretty.
yeah. This I like this actually better than the Lion brand. I forget what the cake is called. This is softer.
Oh, the no, I'm thinking the Karen cakes.
Yes, I've not used Caron cakes, but I like this one, the Mandela, and I'm using the Lion brand. I like it okay. It works up real pretty. It's just not quite as soft as this is. I would use it again. It's not a bad yarn. It's just more of a workhorse. This is a little. This is better. This is better for a shawl.
Right.
I don't know if it's because of the weight of it or just I don't know.
So,
And that's a Ploverbird bag in case I didn't mention it.
I'm sure you did. In my Silverstead USA Foot in the Woman Cave bag is Thorin's Reading Hood, which is the Thorin's Hooded Cowl pattern by Summer Star. Oh, I know I left one of my projects in my purse, so I'll just have to talk about it. And this is Miss Babs Yowza in the Maryland Sheepwool 2017 colorway Inner Harbor View. It got some work done on it. It's growing.
Yeah.
This is usually the project I choose to work on when I watch a little bit of TV with the family before going to work because it's simple. And
Is that do you have one of those things?
this goes to this.
Oh, okay.
This is a little too big for one.
Right.
And for a little while, I was running low on them before I picked up more.
Right. I have to get some more of those. Or some more of Sheila's Never Cast Off podcast. Sheila, who is Blue Yarn Always. I need to get some of her DPN holders.
You see, I don't like DPN holders for my circulars.
Blue Yarn Always. Yeah, she has, her shop is never enough bag. No, thank God for bags.
Yeah.
Thank God for bags. And I have some of her DPN holders that work really well for my circulars. I also like the metal things. They work really well. Okay, my Sherwood shawl is in my. Yes, it's in this bag. My Ploverbird, I think this is Ploverbird, yes. My Ploverbird large teapots bag, is my TVG, which is my Sherwood project. The TGV high-speed knitting pattern.
TVG.
Yeah, TGV. By Susan
Not the
Ashcroft.
BFG.
No, by Susan Ashcroft. I love Susan Ashcroft. I do. I can do her patterns without much difficulty for the most part. And this is, I only did a couple rows on this, but I want to finish this by May, so I really need to sit down and do a couple rows every night if I can.
Yeah.
And finish it off. I want to have this finished by the first weekend in May, which is when Maryland Sheep and Wool is happening. So that when I see Laura there, I can have this on. Because this is yarn she gifted to me a couple of years ago. This is one of my never gonna
Never gonna knit you up.
Never knit you up cal.
Yeah.
So that's this. And I'm not sure what the weight is. I think it's a worsted DK sort of thick and thin. It's not overly. She did a really good job spinning it. I think she said it was DK. I'm not sure. But I love it. She gave me all the pertinent information except for what the weight was. And I asked her and she told me and I forgot. So.
Well, I don't have to show you the project I usually carry in my purse. And that's Diana's Watermelon, which is Diana's hat pattern by Joanna Johnson. It lives in my Silvershed USA Rebel Scum bag.
Rebel Scum.
And it uses Night Owl fibers, yarns, and the colorway Watermelon Explosion. And it's like I said, it's a Diane's hat for Davina. Didn't get a lot of work done. That's usually what I work on in the grocery store.
Right.
And I just forgot to pull it. It's in my purse.
Yeah, because you didn't work it much because when...
I had a lot of stuff to pick up.
Yeah, when Phyllis saw you, she was like, well, where's your knitting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That tells you something when the people who work at the grocery store know that something's missing and they register my knitting. The lady at the meat counter usually likes to see what I'm knitting on.
Yeah, she's really sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one I have is in my Mama Seed Owl bag. That should be a no-brainer. This is from Christina. She made it for me because I love owls. Thank you, Christina. Is my owl basket. This is the Hedwig. My Hedwig pattern, and it's my owl basket. I did a little bit on this. Not a whole lot because, like I said, you'll see what I was working on later. But it's moving along. The pictures I took for my project page, I did this. So you can see how big it is. I could probably fit 2 skeins of yarn here quite easily for, for this project. And I have a couple, 3 more rounds, I think, to do before I start decreasing, and I'd have to look at the pattern to see exactly what it is I'd have to do yet. But I'm probably about a third of the way, maybe. So this is fun. It's a relatively quick crochet. I could probably make this a toy if I wanted to.
Yeah, probably.
With some help from Taya to figure out the shaping on the top. But it's going to be a basket. Because it's an owl basket. Yep. And it's Hedwig. For this is for everything that it will fit in. But most particularly for the Harry Potter along. Because I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but I like to support Maureen's Cal-Cals. Okay.
I finished my decrease here. Man, my allergies are really bothering me.
Take your medicine?
Yeah, it's not going to help with congestion. I can't take decongestants. Okay, so. Sorry, guys. In my, knitting's my bag. I'm sorry, not knitting's my bag. In my Ploverbird.
Knitting my bag, not knitting my bag?
Not in my bag.
That's a reference, but it's a very oblique one.
Oh, sorry, guys. Can't breathe through my nose.
I think you should take it off. We'll just cut it off.
Might be better
We'll
for
crochet
everybody.
We'll crochet you a new one. Knit you a new one.
Wasn't there a Bond villain that had like a metal nose?
Yes, I think. No, the guy had a mouth.
There is a villain in some movie that has a metal nose.
I mean, there might be one in Bond too, but in Bond, in one of the worst Bonds of all time, one of the worst ones. I love Bond, but at least up to a Pierce Brosnan period, he had his whole jaw was metal. It was Moonraker, I think it was called.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
And it was just
The only one I've seen is Her Majesty's Secret Service.
that's the best one.
And it wasn't even Sean
It
Connery.
wasn't Sean Connery. Sean Connery's my favorite Bond.
But anyway, this is The White Queen. It's a Shornace pattern by Anne Kingstone. And I actually changed yarn. Initially, I was using... I'm sorry, guys. Initially, I was using some mom's yarn. It was a green and yellow yarn. It was a backdrop for the sheep. It was just too much activity behind the sheep for my liking. And I felt like the color work didn't pop the way I wanted to. So I did something that I think frightened the heck out of Mom when I showed her the pictures. I yanked my needles out. And before I pulled back the color work, because I didn't feel like knitting all this ribbing again, I stuck my needles in all the stitches for the ribbing and then yanked the yarn back. Must be pretty good at picking up stitches. Patting myself really hard on the back because I didn't drop any. And I didn't have to knit all that ribbing again.
Ribbing is pretty. I don't know why people don't like ribbing. I like the ribbing.
So, the new yarn is Frog Tree Petaboo Sport in the colorway 1401, which when I looked it up, the name of it's Charcoal Tonal. I'm not sure, it might be discontinued. I'm not completely sure on that though. And it has some bamboo in it.
I like bamboo. Bamboo dyes up really pretty when you dye it in a bamboo blend.
And I think it's mostly wool, but it has some bamboo.
And it has a little sheen to it usually.
I'm not going to find that one belongs to your Lady Franca. Because I haven't returned it yet. So, as you can see, I'm almost where I was before. But, there we go. I feel like the color work pops a little bit better now.
What was happening was some of the light portions of the yarn were adjacent to the sheep, so you couldn't really tell where the pattern was.
And I feel like it's popping a lot better against dark background.
It's not. There's nothing wrong with the yarn itself. It's just that the pattern.
I chose it for something that was not appropriate for the yarn.
It happens.
Because there tends to be a lot of times a little bit of a lighter color when you're transitioning between colors. And it was just, it would happen where my color work was occurring without fail. And I chose it for something that was not appropriate for the yarn. And I will end up using the yarn for something else, but it's not appropriate for this project.
Okay. Now, the next one is my Bobbing Along Baby Blanket, which is a modification of the Surabel Scarf pattern by Sarah Sweetheart, because I apparently just have to do this pattern. And I think I'm going to switch bags with the next project, because the next project's not quite so big. I did a little work on this. I had to do this a row at a time. And again, I didn't do a whole lot of work on this because the next project I did a lot of work on. So this is, I think another row on this. Maybe. I don't really remember working on this, but I know I did. And the little stitch markers from Laura Concert she gave me. I don't know if you can see, it's a little piece of pie on a plate with a knife and a fork. I don't know if you can see that or not.
They can kind of see it.
So it's a gift, and I really like it. And this is actually, that's the bottom. This is the way it should be, like this. So I still haven't transitioned out of the green, but it'll come. If I can do a couple rows a night on this, that I should be able to, because it takes, I think it's an inch a row or something like that, because it's such a large hook. I'm using an eye hook. I'm using an eye hook on this. So with worsted yarn, so the stitches are really big. And I'm using the yarn that Davina gave me for my birthday, so she's really happy about that. She's happy I'm making a blanket with it.
Yeah, she really wanted her to make a blanket.
And this bag is my Silver Shed USA tortoise bag from the Tortoise vs. the Hare 2017.
Yeah, I can't remember what my hair is holding. My hair is holding a project. Just can't remember what it's
Your
holding.
hair is holding a project? I don't see a project in your hair.
Maybe you're not looking.
You don't have any hair up there to hold a project. Okay.
So, in my Silver Shed USA nursing caps project bag is Natural Medicine. It's the 2 medicine pattern by Faye Kennington. I'm using Miss Babs Yao's in the colorways Dragon's Flight, Field Mouse, Squash Blossom, and Fountain Pen. This got a lot of work done on it.
Yeah, this one has really...
Because when you last saw, I was still in yellow and brown section, and even that, I was like partway through it.
You're about halfway up it.
So,
Are you on decreases?
no.
Okay.
Um,
That's really pretty. Look at that. That's just such a pretty hat.
I'm really excited by the way it's turning out. And before, when I was last talking to you, I was talking about how I was doing color work in the same hand. I was just dropping and then, changing the yarn so it didn't twist. I got tired of doing that. So I started knitting with my dominant yarn in my left hand and by dominant yarn I mean the one with the, my background yarn in my right hand and my other yarn in my
That's
left
good.
hand. So,
That's really pretty.
and it goes a lot faster that way.
It's very pretty.
It's been a long time since I've thrown. I haven't done throwing with my knitting since I was a beginning knitter, because initially I thought I was going to be a thrower.
I knit like, what's her name? Megan.
Yeah.
I am the most inefficient knitter ever.
You are.
I throw and pick at the same time.
Yes. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so you done with
But-
that, or okay, good.
Yeah.
I like that. That's pretty. That's gonna be really nice.
So I'm really happy with the way this is turning out. The funny thing was, of her patterns, this was not the first one I would have chosen. She has a lot of gorgeous patterns. But I'm really enjoying the knitting of it. I'm heading into another, it's a yellow-blue section now.
Very nice.
And then it'll go back into the green and blue, I believe. So,
Very pretty.
a lot of fun. This kind of makes me think of the symbol for Tari.
Why?
Well, if you look at the stargates, you have the circle on top,
And
then
and
the two.
Yeah. But it's upside down.
Not if you look at it from this angle.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
yes.
All right, my last project is the one I've been working on the most, and I started it a couple days ago. This is the Plymouth Scarf Project, and this is based on the slip stitch crochet scarf pattern by Anastasia Knits, who is Anastasia Sattel. And all I really took from her was the stitch count. I just kind of adapted from there. So my husband never asks for anything, and he wants a scarf, and this is about halfway finished.
Didn't he have the last scarf that you made for
Yeah.
this pattern?
Yeah. And this is slightly different, and he chose the yarn.
Now that yarn you've had for a while.
This is the same yarn I did Skylar in.
Okay, I was going to say.
And he doesn't like a very wide or a very long scarf, so this I'm hoping to have done maybe by the end of the week, if I can. So he can wear it before it gets warm. Actually, I guess this is the right way. If you look at it closely, you can see here there's some ridging on there, kind of a ridge pattern. So I worked on this a lot the last few days, which is why nothing else got much work done on it. Let's see here. It's wanting to twist all over the place for whatever reason. And this is Encore Core Color Spun. The colorway is Ocean Drift. And this bag, as I said, is a Silver Shed USA TARDIS bag, bigger on the inside, what do you want to call it? And I'm using a J hook for this. So this is really, because you're supposed to use a hook that's a little larger than the yarn calls for. And I could have gotten away. She used like 2 or 3 sizes. I don't use quite that much because my gauge is so big. So yeah. That's all I have.
And now for my last project. This is what I've been working on for the past 2 days mostly. I have it called Pug Love right now because that's the name of the pattern, but I think I might call it Pug Hug.
Okay.
So this is the Pug Love pattern by Michael Snow. And I'm using Miss Babs Yowza in the colorways Naked and Obsidian, and then Madtosh DK in the colorway Moorland. And Mom's dyed up some yarn for it as well, but I haven't hit that yet. Let me show you the picture where I show you the... It's a free pattern.
It's adorable. Because we love pugs.
And I didn't... Oh, it must be the page on the chart. And it has stuff about pug rescue at the end of the pattern.
I have to be very careful not to say anything about that because Daddy will get me a pug.
So,
which I love, but you got to be able to take care of them properly.
I did get progress done on it. Now, I'm wondering if there is meant to be I wonder if there... Well, no, it says inches. He said, and I don't feel bad saying this because it's a free pattern, he said to do 2 inches of stockinette. And if you look at the pattern, it just doesn't look like there's 2 inches of stockinette there unless it's all rolled up. I decided I wanted ribbing instead, so I did ribbing. Because I didn't like how 2 inches of stockinette looked.
I don't know if I ever saw a hat that was just... I guess I have, but usually they have ribbing.
Yeah, well, it stretches better.
I've seen hats that are all ribbing, but I don't think I've ever seen one that's just stockinette. I'm sure I have, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, so first of all, I started off with the wrong needle size in the stockinette, and I decided I didn't like that, so I ripped it back. And I actually got quite far. I got like 1 inch in, but I didn't like it. So I ripped it back, and there's about 2.5 inches of ribbing, and I'm a lot happier with that. And I'm headed into... I've done the first little bit of color work, starting the paws. So, you can't really tell because it's a little bit of black on the green. So it's going to be a very dark hat until the light pugs join in.
Okay.
And that's the other change I'm making this pattern. Really quick. What it actually calls for, you see that doesn't look like 2 inches.
Yeah. Huh.
That's what I'm saying. That does not look like 2 inches. But this section here in the pattern is a pale color, the same color as the pug. I've chosen to do that in green like a dog collar.
Okay, you're done?
Yes.
Do you have any FOs?
No.
I don't have any FOs either. Okay, let's see here. Royalties?
Yes. Do you?
Yes.
Okay. How many do you have?
Some of them...
Sorry, guys.
Well, I have a few. I forgot to print off the pattern Taya gifted me.
And I forgot to print on mine.
I
so.
have the cutest little owl pattern that Taya gifted me just because. So it's adorable. And who's the
let me pull up the designer. Because I found her by accident.
She has the cutest patterns.
I don't even remember what I was looking for. But,
Ty gave it to me on Saturday. I think it was Saturday, wasn't it?
I don't know. The days blend together. Okay, library. Library.
It's the cutest little owl with a hat and
So the
It's cute.
designer. The designer's name. Oh, I know what I was looking for. We were talking. I started looking for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle
Right,
patterns,
right.
and she has a really cute one of Raph and Leo.
Yeah, she doesn't have
Uh-huh.
Mikey or Donnie, but
Let me just bring up the Raph one that initially brought me there. So this is the Raph one that initially brought me there.
it's adorable too.
Uh-huh.
I think she uses wires for that.
I don't know. Her name is Ilkner Karaka. And the one I got Mom was Wise Owl Amigurumi.
Isn't it cute?
And
It's like a little schoolboy.
he does. And then the one Mom got me, she's actually really adorable.
Yeah,
Is and I need to show. Amigurumi Bunny Wonder Woman. Wonder Bunny.
Wonder Bunny.
So,
She just call her Wonder.
yes. Wasn't there a Gunsmoke episode where the little Indian kid that, kept saying, Wanda, Wanda?
Probably. And I think on
Because
Zoom,
he didn't speak English.
Yeah.
And the guy just kept him calling him Wonder.
And I think on Zoom, the movie Zoom,
Uh-huh.
the girl was Wonder.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's what they called her, was Wonder. I'm not positive though. Okay, so I had that, and Ty had that. I had the second set of my needles. I guess we'll just kind of go and alternate. Excuse me. I don't know how many you have. You have a lot?
3 books.
Okay. Because some of mine I can just show the packaging. I got my second set of needles. Chow Goose, of course, red lace.
Oh, yeah, I got needles, too, but they're in projects and stuff.
And these are size 10.5s. That's what I ordered anyway. I can't find it here, but that's what I ordered. And these are the 47s. Yeah, 10.5 47s. I have my other ones in my my shawl. So that was the second one I ordered. Okay. I'll just finish up so you can go ahead and do yours afterward. Ty had given me for my birthday a gift certificate to Knit Picks, I think it was. So I bought some yarn in here, and then it's bare yarn, and then I Craftsy, because I did the unlimited. I'll be getting more yarn in because I got a $25 gift card, so to speak, from Craftsy for being an unlimited member. And so I bought some yarn with that. I'll show you that later. But I have 2 or 3 orders of bare yarn coming in because I'm running low for the shop. And then I got some dyes. So these are my jacquard dyes that I ordered. That's what my stash enhancements are.
Mine, 2 of them are, I finally figured out what to use for Barnes & Noble gift card that I was given by my grandparents. And then one of them I just saw on Amazon and I had to have it. So, the 2 that were from Barnes & Noble were Alice Starmore's Charts for Color Knitting, New and Expanded Edition. My thought process is, eventually I'll find like a base pattern for a hat that I like, and then I can change out the charts if I want to. This one I don't like as much. It shows me the patterns, but doesn't show me any of the pictures
Of what they look like?
of what they look
Yeah.
like.
Well, they're back, right? Yeah.
No,
Not all of them, yeah.
not all of them. So, I'm not quite as fond of this one, but I had no way of telling before I got it.
I guess you could color pencil it in to see what it is, but
But
copy it, you know.
I didn't like this one as much. I'll figure out how to make it work for me, but I didn't like the setup of that book as much. The other 2 are by the same author, and I like it a lot. I like them a lot. But this one is 200 Fair Isle Motifs, a Knitter's Directory by Mary Jane Mucklestone. She talks about different methods of how to do colorwork knitting. Talks about correcting mistakes, duplicate stitch, steeking.
Oof, that scares the heck out of me.
Talking about choosing colors. And then what she does is she has pictures of what your colorwork would look like, and then she has pages. Mm-hmm. And then you go to the page, and it shows what it would look like on a black and white chart, what would it look like with just 2 colors, and then what it would look like with 3 colors. So it's kind of nice. Oh, and then it also has a repeat pattern chart. So if you wanted to do more than one. And it also tells you at the beginning of each little section for that stitch how many rows and how many stitches. So if you know that you want to repeat that's 6 rows and 6 stitches, you start looking through, okay, where are the ones with 6 rows and 6 stitches? Mm-hmm. So it's a nice setup, and both of her books are that way. This one is, I believe, more geometric. So this was the first, this is the one I got at Barnes & Noble, and then the other one I got actually arrived first. This is 150 Scandinavian motifs. Same general setup, but she has more like animals and trees and stuff in this one, flowers.
It's more pictorial.
Yeah.
I like that one. That's classic.
Oh.
Cute. Doggies.
So. This is pretty classic. But you could take aspects that you like. Say you like aspects of this one. Say you just want this pig with a heart here. And then you would add these other motifs like above and below. So you can make it work for you. It's a good starting off point, jumping off point for creativity. Which is what I wanted it for. And I've already used the front reference section to improve my colorwork technique. So
very cool. Very cool. Okay, any author obsessions?
Do you mean autobiography?
Yeah.
Okay. I worked on the shared story bit yesterday.
Mm-hmm. I've been doing
right by yesterday, I mean this early this morning before I went to bed.
Yeah. I've been reading but not doing any writing. Just been too busy, as people would know who have been writing to me and asking me things. I'm sorry that I haven't answered a lot of people. It's been busy.
I've actually been online more than I have been in a while.
I have been more active on the threads. I did not get to anybody on the Ravelry thread this time around. Mm-hmm. But I tried to at least hit the YouTube. I was going to do the Ravelry, but usually I'll do it on Monday. Monday I don't normally go to Mass in the morning, but when my husband is here, we go to Mass, and then I have adoration in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. So the time where I might have answered some of those posts, I was gone.
Yeah. So, and that is the one thing I have done is Crockpot.
Yeah, Crockpot, yeah. I did a lot of dyeing, okay? As in coloring yarn, okay? The first one I'll show you is the one I'm going to give Talia.
Sorry, I'm so congested.
This is a sport weight of the Strata Gold. Okay. So.
Thank you.
Now,
because all I had was like a really dark yellow, and this should work better for my pugs.
I've updated my shop a couple times, so if you're interested in seeing what's there, it's been updated. I'm going to be updating again as soon as I get photos taken. Okay, this one is How Green Was My Valley. Alright. And this would fit especially, this is a novel, I believe, and it's also a movie, so this would fit Laura's as well. This is How Green Is My Valley.
It's kind of a dark movie.
Yes, it is.
And I don't mean just because it was black and white. I think it was
No.
black and white.
It had Maureen O'Hara in it. And,
Yes.
and a young Rowdy McDowell.
Yeah, Roddy McDowell was younger than that.
Yeah. So this is How Green Was My Valley. Different shades of green.
Who played the preacher, Mom?
I don't know. I can't remember. Let me just get this scanned up again. My hands don't want to cooperate.
And I'm not really that good at twisting those.
Okay, so this is, I have two of these, How Green Is My Valley, and this is fingering sock, 462 yards, 100 grams, 75.25. So, that's these two. Alright? This is Batman. You saw Nightwing last week. This is Batman. I have two of these. I think these make a fun pair of socks or a hat. Or mitts or something like that. So this is Batman. And this is specifically, I pulled mostly from the Hush period, but I also looked at some of the other novelizations. Batman. I have two of these, and this is the same base as the How Green Is My Valley. So it's fingering, and there's 462 yards, 75.25.
Because there's actually a fair amount of gray in his Hush.
And it lightens up what would have been a very dark skein.
Yeah.
So to Batman. And then this is this is Secret of the Ooze. That's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, for those of you who don't know. Secret of the Ooze.
It's got silver and black and green.
Yeah. Mostly the bright green with some silver and black in it, because that's the bottle and the lettering on the canister. So, Secret of the Ooze. I have two of these. These are all fingering sock. They are all the same base. 462 yards, 75.25. These will be going up in the shop soon. And all of these can be used in Tea and Tales, I think. And possibly in Laura's as well, if you are interested in that.
Because I think the ooze, even in the comics, is green. It's the retro
It is,
mutagen
yeah.
that's purple.
Yeah. And it is meant to be based on the comics as well as the
Yeah.
movies. So,
Well, honestly, only comics I've read with them have been the one with Batman. And I still think it's a crying shame they haven't had them play with Daredevil.
right. Well, they should.
They should.
Okay, so I have two of these. I did a lot of green this time around. Green and gold. So these are all going to go in the shop.
You're all foresty and stuff.
Yeah. And I may have some mini skeins going up, but I have to find a certain Wayward mini skein.
Yes.
Right now I have these three, which is Strata Gold, Secret of the Ooze, and Between Sleep and Awake.
Better put them back in the bag before they go away.
I have to find Nightwing. If I don't find Nightwing, I'll either replace him or I'll...
He's irreplaceable.
well, then he better show up, hadn't he? Okay, so that's that. Alright. I think that's it.
I think so too. That's it for me.
Are we podcasting on Monday?
We should be, because we'll be
Oh, pish posh.
at Balderdash. Because I don't work Monday.
I don't know what I just did.
Hold on.
So I hit the camera or something?
It does look like you hit the camera.
Yeah, I hit the camera. Or the video or something.
I fixed it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go back to my notes here. Okay, so we should be back Monday. Because you work Saturday, Sunday, right?
Yes.
So we'll probably be here Monday. And we hope to see you here then. We, I don't know. I was going to say something and I forgot because I completely lost track of my thought.
Chocolate bunny.
Yeah, chocolate bunnies. Please continue to work in the
Chocolate bunny.
yum yum. please continue to post in the threads. The show-off thread has taken off again. We'd like to see all your non-applicable to the Tea and Tales or Ready, Set, Go in the show-off thread. We'd like to see those too. And keep on posting those lovely projects to the Tea and Tales and to the Ready, Set, Go. We're enjoying those immensely, and we'll comment as we can.
Yes.
In the meantime, we wish you a happy President's Day if you're in the United States. And we wish you a week full of knitting, crocheting, loom knitting, dyeing yarn, whatever it is that makes you happy. And we hope to see you here next week in the Woman Cave for the Fun in the Woman Cave. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 296, and that's a wrap.
Bye.